Batter up. Nah. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
And I'm Zach.
Y'all know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture. Y'all seen the thumbnail. You know exactly why y'all here. Baby Monster.
Another one.
Batter up. No, it's still batter up. It's dance performance debut special. If this is your first time on the channel, please hit that subscribe button and become a real redeemer today. For more content like this, jump on over to the Patreon. We're gonna be doing a live performance of this today. Some other XG content and stuff up on there as well. Baby Monster. Did you read the comments last time when we did Batter Up?
That was you too?
Yeah. Just glance on there. Because it was a lot of like good conversation that was going on up on there. I don't tend to try to get into any like topics or debates like if it gets messy and stuff. But just people up on there.
Your relation. Oh,
Yeah. People up on there really debating on anything because I think my takeaway from Baby Monster so far has been like they're a phenomenal talent. I love the dancing abilities. I think as far as singing and rapping goes, they sound like they them. And they fan base seem like it's real huge right now, and it's a big deal. And I feel like YG should be paying them like a lot of attention. I think we compared them to like Blackpink, and I think some people got like offended.
like why?
And my thing is too is that like I think I said it a lot of times. Anytime, and I'll speak for myself, I go to compare anybody. It's never as like a form of disrespect. It's always as a form to kind of let people know the vibe I was feeling or kind of who the artist reminds me of. And I think being compared to Blackpink shouldn't really offend anybody if it's not done maliciously. Just because they're another
phenomenal group. Praise more than.
Still looking.
Yeah, I'm reading this conversation. One conversation. I just don't find.
I think some people were being a little mean.
One thing I feel. I don't like how people don't like when people compare things. I feel like when you compare, you have to compare things to something to see the standard of it. You can't just say this is good because you don't know what it's good compared to. You could just say it's good, and what is it good and what reference?
Redeemers, let me know in the comments how y'all feel about comparisons. Because I always just look at it like, if it's done maliciously, I can see how people might get irritated. Where like if somebody is carrying it and they doing all this shit, and somebody like, oh, this feels like this, and somebody be like, no, it don't fucking feel like this. Mm-hmm. They're their own person, and then you be like, nah, I get it, but like we so far along in music that like it's gonna be hard to kind of not compare and shit. Drake just passed Michael Jackson for like, you know what I mean, like the number ones and shit like that. It's like not to compare, but like it happened. Yeah. Like so, it's like it's a fact. It ain't like nothing.
You cannot compare. That's just nature. It's like for some way somehow you're going to compare it to something.
Yeah. Not to mention too, it's just like so. I won't use YG. Let me say if I want to say Def Jam. Mm-hmm. Let's say in the early 2000s with Def Jam, all these artists kind of sound like one way, and then in 2008. Def Jam had other artists new artists that were dropping. Most regular people will be like, oh, okay, well, I wonder if the new artists that's dropping from Def Jam are about to sound like the artists from the early 2000s. Exactly. So that's kind of how it was with the whole YG thing, where I'm just like, oh, okay. When I first got introduced to Treasure, I didn't know, I didn't listen to Icon. Mm-hmm. So, I wouldn't have known to kind of compare because I would have just, been only introduced kind of to them. Same with Blackpink. When I was introduced to Blackpink, I didn't know CL's group. I think it was 2 p.m. Not 2 p.m. The CL's group. Whatever CL's group, 21. I didn't know 21. So, I didn't know to compare. I can kind of only listen to that. But the thing with Baby Monster is I was just like, I wonder what type of sound they're going to have. And I early on in our videos, not to run on a tangent because I knew I wanted to get into the reaction, but early on in our videos, I remember doing Blackpink stuff, and I always heard people being like, "Oh, this is very YG," or at the end of YG songs turn into an anthem. This is a YG rappers are like this, or YG has a certain sound. So early on, we were led to believe from Redeemers and other people that like SM has a sound, YG has a sound, JYP has a sound. Like certain companies kind of mold people to kind of sound a certain way, and they have some artists obviously that break that mold. But it was just interesting. All that being said, it was interesting seeing how many people commented on the video, and we're just arguing back and forth. So yeah, anything else you want to?
No.
You remember the song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You enjoyed it? Yeah. I liked it. What's
when we said it wasn't too much. It was like baseball, but it wasn't too much.
Yeah, like it could have been extra as
It
shit.
could have been High School Musical too, like I said in the reaction, but it wasn't. It was perfect.
Yep, we'll jump into this, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. And at the end of the day, y'all, this channel was made to be honest and also be respectful. So, have fun having, comments and then talking and everything like that. Just make sure y'all respect each other and y'all not acting crazy. But yeah, that sample.
Those fits are fire. Boots.
Hold on. Yeah, Palms, Angels Jones. Yeah, them fits are crazy. The boots. I don't know. Like Paul said, at first I thought those were like the fucking the Louis Vuitton Jones at first. Yeah, these fits go crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Drip check. That was my part. See, I really let that run there. Give it a second. Keep following who produced this. Clean. Anthem. That's how you know a song fire though. Most replay part is only like the first part. I was about to say, that's him go from Treasure. It's one of the writers on here. That's interesting. Nah, because I guess that was my other thing too. I was like, at first, this sounds like a Teddy beat. Who now I guess does most of the stuff probably for Sue Me, but did a lot of stuff with Blackpink before. I love when they get into that.
Oh yeah, they had some bangers on the producer. He did Gangnam Style. He did The Games of My Life. He did.
Yeah, so we was looking at just some of the producers on here to kind of get an idea of kind of like the sound and everything like that, and it makes sense. And like I said, me personally, I didn't mean anything by it when I mentioned some of the songs, because I said this kind of reminds me of like, you know, hit you with that doo 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 doo, and then some of it reminded me of Money, the Lisa John.
Yeah.
Look at you now, look at me. All that type of sound, but that doesn't take away from
What they did.
You can have a track that sounds like a Michael Jackson track. If you corny as shit, it doesn't matter how good the production is. It doesn't matter who wrote your lyrics or anything else if you corny as shit. Clearly, these young ladies aren't corny as shit. There's a lot of decent dances within this. I thought that their formations look good. They never felt boring. Nothing about this feels boring. It feels like great energy. It feels sassy. It feels empowering, and it feels strong. Even the rap cadences are different than a lot of other stuff, because they jumped into some cadences that I haven't even heard Blackpink really hit when it came to certain things. They feel youthful. This feels like a group that's going to be very promising, and this is one of those groups that feels like K-pop is in great hands. Yeah. So I don't think anybody, if you're a fan of them, should be offended by comparisons or anything else, just because at the end of the day, great music is just going to always overcome everything, and talented people are always going to shine.
They say history repeats itself.
Nah, for sure. Especially, like I said, within groups where sometimes things may feel like the second coming of something.
I feel like it's exactly like you said in the beginning. If there's a blueprint to a great group, why restart and start a new blueprint? Just try to revise that same blueprint with another group.
Yeah, and it's sometimes it's a little hard because so LL Cool J, I think, did an interview or whatever, and he was like, Drake gets credited for being like kind of not the first kind of like sing rapper, but like for having like that kind of energy or something like that. And basically LL was like, I was doing that first, and da-da-da-da. I also laughed, but I also was like, you have some credence to what you're saying. Yeah. Like LL definitely had. Sometimes I can tell when like someone like Drake is rapping for the women.
I need love.
Exactly. They like that sound like they could have easily been like a Drake song for real. But it's not no discredit to Drake if you say something sounded like a LL Cool J type vibe or whatever. I think people would just be like,
start somewhere.
Yeah. So with them, also I think with just K-pop too, it's gonna be like at the end of the day, it's still singing, rapping, and dancing. You can't get around that. The same way with filmmaking. Some people said in filmmaking, well, I think about William Shakespeare. There's only like 4 stories you can tell. Like, you know, like a revenge story, boy meets girl, boy fall in love, something happens, heartbreak, you have to go get her back. Like, you know, growing up story, like, or a quote unquote, like coming to age story. And then I forget what like the 4th one is. But with all that being said, how can you make that feel different than what somebody else did? So with music and shit, rap's been around for a minute now. Since really, I guess the late 70s, early 80s. Yeah, it's 50 years of hip hop or 50 years of rap. Which isn't old, which isn't like, it's really kind of like a young genre. And you know, with singing and everything, singing's been around forever. Cavemen probably was banging rocks on each other's feet, like like making noises. But what can you do to make yourself different from that? And I think Baby Monster is kind of already proven that they can be different than anybody who came before them, whether it's anybody from within their group or just their contemporaries with like K-pop. Anything else from there?
No, not
Fitz
really.
Is decent.
Fitz is definitely fitting. Definitely like this dance performance or whatever you want to call it, the debut special. Definitely, my opinion, gave the same energy as the music video. Maybe a little bit more.
They got more personality, I think.
Yeah, definitely gave more personality. Camera angles was angling.
She give leader energy, whoever the girl is at the hat.
Yeah.
Was she the leader?
I feel like it's one of the two. It's her or her and the hat.
It was the Palm Angels or her. Whoever the hat gave leader energy. She kind of was in the middle for like a lot of stuff.
For a minute.
Yeah, I love the earth tone colors too that they got on. Just those like brown, green, orange type like colors and stuff. Shit, that's hard in K-pop. It's hard enough to fucking put a fit on.
That part without looking the same.
Yeah, like you really just don't want to look like anybody or kind of sound like anybody. And shout out to them too. Like I said that when I first listened like to TXT, and I was like, you know how hard it is to like debut and you kind of underneath like a god. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like Blackpink is a huge deal. So it's like as soon as you debut, it's like, damn, you know, and I'm pretty sure these girls probably grew up idolizing them and shit. But like, what can we do to not like sound like them?
It's actually not.
Is it her?
No, it's the one on my right.
I'm sitting there trying to.
It's one of those two in the middle. Her on the right side, I think. Yeah.
You got her as the leader or the oldest?
Oldest. There's none. They don't have them listed as.
Oh, okay.
Leader or, but she is the oldest.
Oh, okay. Okay, then that's decent. Then I would assume that Shorty right here is maybe like the main dancer or something. Then
she is dancer, vocalist.
The girl Ruka, what was all her stuff?
You said Ruka?
Yeah, I guess she's the older.
Dancer, rapper.
Okay, because I was about to say, do they have a group of like kind of all rounders or
vocalist, dancer, rapper, dancer, vocalist, dancer, vocalist, dancer, vocalist, dancer, and Machina.
Okay, so one thing the group gonna do is dance.
Yeah, yeah, gonna dance.
Okay, so one thing you're gonna do is dance. Other than that, everybody will be kind of rapper. Was any one of them like rapper vocals dancer? Okay, that's interesting though.
2024, their debut for dance.
That's interesting though.
Choreo battle.
Yeah, especially shit they could battle themselves if they want to right now. But I wonder if they had to battle anybody, Redeemers, who would y'all want to see them battle? Like, you know what I mean? Even outside of themselves, because I think they got the other track too. They got other stuff we haven't done too.
You know who I want them to battle? Just because I want my girls to get their lick back.
Oh, yeah.
They gotta get their lick back.
Be careful, depending on what song.
No.
Be careful. The choreo battle is always interesting too, depending on like what's going on in the settings and everything. Because if they don't have like, if this quote unquote is a dance practice, it's already kind of unfair because it's already a fire ass video. But we'll see, man. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Yeah, because once they get into these better, better, once they get more fire ass content on the way. Wanted to have a dope conversation about this because this, you know, Baby Monster is clearly they know what the fandom name is, right?
No.
They didn't make one yet. I think we joked about that last time. Monsters Inc.
No, they didn't have one yet.
What do you think the fandom name should be? Baby Monster.
Baby Monster.
That's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Because that ain't even like, you know, Group's name is Orange or something. So I'm like, the Oranges.
Circles.
Baby Monsters is hard. Is it like the fandom's name is Monsters Inc?
I was thinking that. I was like, that doesn't make sense compared to Baby Monsters.
Yeah.
It's the BMs.
The fandom's name is Little Monsters. Nah, you can't even go. BMs is crazy. Jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this. More Baby Monsters coming soon. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. For more content like this, jump on the Patreon. Getting into the live performance of this. We're going to holler at y'all.
Yeesh.